me feel a little more comfortable. I was sweating, so I had to take off my jacket. Good afternoon. It's a real pleasure to be back in Gwalior and to be back in my state. I think I was here last in ITM 2015, right? So 2015 I was here at the invitation of a friend of mine whose book was being launched at ITM. And I'm back again launching my book. So it's very interesting to be back at ITM doing the same thing. Well, actually, as has been talked about, Just Aspire is all about aspirations. And my guru, who was Dr. C.K. Prahalad from Michigan University, he was the world's most famous strategy teacher. And I had the good fortune to go and study under him for about 4 weeks. And in the class, he talked about A is greater than R. And what did that mean? It fundamentally meant that if you have the aspiration, resources will happen. So when I meet a lot of startups, कोई मुझसे कहता है कि मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है, कोई मुझसे कहता है मेरे को लोग नहीं मिलते, कोई मुझसे कहता है मार्केट बड़ी छोटी है, इस तरह की बातें करते हैं. And then when I say A is greater than R, all of this vanishes. And I'll tell you why it happened, what happened with HCL, with A is greater than R, as I go forward. But let me start at the beginning. First thing that I would like to mention is that it is not relevant which school you studied, which city you come from, or which institute you studied in. It is all about you. So, I came from a small city called Jabalpur. And there is no other organization that became as big as HCL out of MP. So, that's really what I want to say. It's not relevant where you were born, where you worked, where you studied. It's all what you can create. And this has to be through a lot of hard work, passion, and perseverance and aspiration. When I was in school, obviously, when you're in your family, and I had a very large family, 5 sisters and 2 of us as brothers, I was the youngest. So I was always thrown around, you know. तुम जाके समोसा ले आओ, पानी ले आओ, ये ले आओ, वो ले आओ. छुट्टियों को तो मैं डरता था, क्योंकि छुट्टियों के दिन जब मेरे भाई बहन सब आ जाते थे जबलपुर, तो मैं तो एक पियोन बन जाता था. तो सबसे छोटे थे, सहना पड़ता था. तो रात को करीब 9 बजे निकले तो चाइनीज़ फूड ले आओ. तो ये सब चलता रहता था. Anyway, that is what helped create my life. It taught me the value of money. It taught me the value of time. And it also taught me the influences, the wonderful influences that I had in my life at that age. My father was an administrator in IS. He had come from Abbottabad in Pakistan with nothing, zero. He lands up in Delhi in a refugee camp. And since he was so qualified, he was a lawyer, a criminal lawyer. The camp people said, you can't be another refugee. You better take over the running of this place. So he started running the camp. And then one day, when he was running the camp, an old friend of him, Mr. Pillai, arrived from nowhere. And that's what life is all about. Mr. Pillai arrives and says, आप यहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं? तो मैं बोला कि भाई हम तो पाकिस्तान से आए हैं, कुछ भी नहीं है हमारे पास, रेफ्यूजी हैं, तो मैं ये कैंप चला रहा हूँ. तो उन्होंने बोला कि ये तो बड़ी छोटी चीज़ आप कर रहे हैं, आपको कुछ बड़ा करना चाहिए। तो उन्होंने कहा आप मुझे मौका दीजिए, मैं करूँगा। तो वो जो मौका मिला उनको, उससे वो उनको एक बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग जॉब मिली। वो ये कि उनको बोला गया कि आप जयपुर आइए, ट्रेनिंग करते हैं आपकी, और फिर माउंट आबू में हम आपको पोस्ट कर देंगे। तो माउंट आबू जो है एक हिल स्टेशन है राजस्थान में। तो मेरे फादर की जो जॉब थी वो ये थी दैट ही हैड टू एंश्योर that all the Maharajas of Rajasthan joined the Indian Union. When partition took place, the Britishers, in their smartness, told all the kings and the Maharajas of the country that you take your own decision. You want to join Pakistan or you want to join India. That's your call. A lot of them joined India, and the most contentious, obviously, was Kashmir. But in Rajasthan also, a lot of the Maharajas were very extremely rich and had tremendous following in the state. So it was a huge challenge to get them to agree to join the Indian Union, which he finally managed to do. And therefore he had to work with Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel because he was driving this whole strategy. So, it was so interesting for him to go through this experience. And then, since he was very keen to do administration, the government opened up a new IAS cadre, because a lot of the ICS people who were originally IAS had gone back to London. So there were no officers in the country to run the country. So he was given that opportunity. They opened up the age barrier and he joined Indian Administrative Service. But at his heart, he was an administrator. At his mind, he was an administrator. But at his heart, he was a poet. He was an Urdu poet. So when I grew up, हमारे घर में तो पूरे टाइम मुशायरा होता था, बैठ के चलती थी। जो उनके फ्रेंड्स थे वो आके गा गा कर सुनाते थे। तो उस ज़माने में हमारे ऊपर पोएट्री और म्यूज़िक का बहुत इन्फ्लुएंस हुआ। उसके साथ मेरे सारी बहनें बड़ी थीं, सब लोग मुझे बताते तुम ये करो वो करो, ये करो वो करो। मेरे भाई जो थे वो मार्केटिंग और सेल्स में थे, तो वो हर साल जब समर में आते थे, सो ही यूज्ड टू से कि भाई तुम ये सब मत करना, you should be in sales and marketing. So he started giving me books to read on sales and marketing. So I developed a lot of interest. So when I finished my engineering in Jabalpur, and I did electronics and telecom, those days there were no jobs available, hardly any. There was nothing called startups. And the only job that was there was a government job. So most of my fellows Jabalpur was the #1 telecom college of India. So everybody used to join Department of Telecom. No ambition. Join kar lo, zindagi bhar khush raho. So that was the approach that they had. And then I took a very different call. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I've learned engineering, but I will use engineering to market an engineering product. That was what was going through my mind. So I said, okay, let me start applying for sales and marketing jobs, and there were hardly any. But it took me 6 months. And suddenly, at the end of 6 months, I got 3 invitations to come for interviews to Delhi for 3 marketing jobs, all in 1 week. So मैं तो बहुत खुश हो गया. मेरे को तो एक ही टिकट खरीदनी पड़ी जाने के लिए, 3 टिकटें नहीं खरीदनी पड़ी. और बहन के घर में रह सकते थे, दिल्ली में तो खर्चा ही नहीं था, तो पहुंच गए साहब. So I went through all the 3 interviews, and then what happened was that I got all the 3 jobs. Now I didn't know what to do. So then I said, okay, the job that I really liked was DCM Data Products, because it was in electronics. And so I said, chalo, isko join karte. Now this is all about luck. This is what is written about in your, what do they call it? Destiny. So, वहाँ ऐसा हुआ कि मैं जहाँ ज्वाइन किया DCM डेटा प्रोडक्ट्स, उसी से 6 of us left to start Hindustan Computers Limited. तो सोच लीजिए कि if I had not joined DCM Data Products, there would be no HCL as far as I was concerned. So anyway, good things happened. Very early days, I was very enamored with the whole idea of flying. So मैं कभी-कभी ड्रीम्स देखता था और उन ड्रीम्स में मेरे को लगता था कि मैं खुद फ्लाई कर रहा हूं. And I'm flying above everybody else. So, as a result of that, I got very fascinated with space travel. And I used to, those days there was nothing called internet. And there was no TV. So what do? You listen to a radio or you write snail mail. So I wrote many letters to NASA and I said, I'm very interested in space travel. Can you send me some material? And NASA was very kind enough to send me huge bunch of material, and that continued for years and years. And my whole room was filled all 4 sides with space tech situations. All kinds of rockets were flying all over the place. And that was my beginning of my fascination with space travel, which still continues. And when Armstrong landed on the moon, there was no TV, there was no internet. I was sitting there with my tube-based radio and trying to fiddle with the right frequency to catch Voice of America. And I remember I managed to catch Voice of America, and I heard Armstrong say, when he talked about when he landed on the moon. So I sort of got up and celebrated. And then a friend of mine who used to live two houses ago, he walked up and embraced me because both of us were greatly fond of space tech. And we said, my God, the man has done it. We've landed on the moon. So, these are the kind of things you remember in your life. These are very, very unusual and important experiences of your life. And then post that, when we started HCL, as I said, A is greater than R. We had just 1.86 lakhs with us. 6 of us put together. किसी ने कोई गाड़ी बेची, किसी ने प्रोविडेंट फंड से पैसे निकाले. मैं तो अपनी माँ के पास गया, मेरे को कुछ पैसे दे दीजिए. So my mother was very kind to say, मैंने कुछ पैसे छुपा के रखे हैं, पिताजी को मत बताना. तो उन्होंने 11,000 रुपए कहीं छुपा के रखे हुए थे. तो वो 11,000 रुपए लेके मैं दिल्ली पहुंच गया. मैंने कहा मेरी कंट्रीब्यूशन ये है. ओके, तो वहां से कहानी शुरू हुई कि 1.86 लाख बटोरा. अब पैसे तो थे नहीं. दूसरा प्रॉब्लम ये था कि दोज डेज यू नीडेड टू हैव अ लाइसेंस टू मेक अ कंप्यूटर. सो इट वाज लाइसेंस राज. अब वो लाइसेंस कहाँ से लाएं? हम तो एक छोटी सी कंपनी थे. जब हम गवर्नमेंट से मिलने गए तो बोला आपको तुम नहीं दे सकते, आप तो बहुत छोटे हो, आप कैसे करोगे? So we were stuck. In the meantime, we started a little marketing company. And we started picking up calculators from others. And those days, calculators used to cost 10,000 rupees. And they were this big, huge. So we started marketing those, and we managed to get some cash flow. वहाँ से कुछ पैसा बनाया. हम लोग कैलकुलेटर जो खरीदते थे, उससे हम क्रेडिट लेते थे. 60 दिन का क्रेडिट ले लेते थे और हम कैलकुलेटर को 15 दिन में बेच देते थे. तो 45 दिन का हमें फ़ायदा हो जाता था. और उसको हमने पैसे को घुमाया और उससे और पैसे बने. ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड नेगेटिव कैश फ्लो. 30 years later, Dell in America created this whole concept of negative cash flow. तो हमने जब देखा तो हमने बोला हम तो 30 साल पहले कर रहे थे. तो कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि भारत में हम ऐसी चीज़ें करते हैं जो दूसरे लोग ने कभी नहीं किया, बट वी डोंट नो दैट वी हैव डन इट. उसकी एक और कहानी है. जब when we started to work on designing, when we started to get the somehow get the license, so we found that UP government was sitting with a license. So we went to UP government and said, आप तो लाइसेंस के साथ कुछ कर नहीं रहे, हम लोग DCM से आए हैं, हमको पता है कंप्यूटर कैसे बनता है. We know how to market it, we know how to sell it, we know how to service it, and we can make it. If you give us the license, we'll give you 26% of the company. So we parted with 26% of the company and we formed Hindustan Computers Limited. But one thing was clear in our mind, that India must be in the name of the company. So Hindustan was nothing that we could give away. So again when we went to ROC, उन्होंने बोला कि भाई हिंदुस्तान तो सिर्फ बड़ी कंपनियों के लिए होता है या पब्लिक सेक्टर के लिए होता है, अब तो ना तो पब्लिक सेक्टर हो ना बड़ी कंपनी हो. तो हमने बोला हम तो जॉइंट सेक्टर कंपनी है यूपी के, तो हमने पुश करके हिंदुस्तान नाम ले लिया. उसका क्या फायदा हुआ? एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर I always say the most important thing is the name of your organization. If you have the right name of your organization, you know that people will understand what you do. Correct? So, the other big benefit of having Hindustan with us was that जब हमारे सेल्स के लोग थे, वो उस कार्ड को लेके कहीं भी जाते थे और लोगों से बोलते थे कि हम आपसे मिलना चाहते हैं, वो फटाफट बुला लेते थे. वो सोचते थे बहुत बड़ी कंपनी है ये, हिंदुस्तान है, बड़ी कंपनी होगी. सो उस बहाने से वी टुक ऑफ. ओके, एंड द year 1 when we started designing a scientific computer. And when we were designing this scientific computer, those days there was nothing called simulator, no nothing. No EDA tools as all of you are familiar with in electronics. कुछ नहीं था, सब कुछ हाथ से बनाना पड़ता था. तो बेसिक इंजीनियरिंग, बेसिक्स फिजिक्स के बेस पे आप प्रोडक्ट बनाते थे. सो उसको बोलते थे ब्रेड बोर्ड मॉडल. जो कंप्यूटर था वो 4 टेबलों पे लगा हुआ होता था, उसमें हज़ारों वायरें होती थी. वो हमारे R&D में था. तो जब हम लोग ये सब R&D में प्रोडक्ट बना रहे थे, तो हमको सडनली ये पता समझ आया कि हाउ विल वी लास्ट द नेक्स्ट 8 months? Our product is not there. How do we sell a product which doesn't exist? And we don't have the cash. So we took 2 decisions. Decision number 1 was that we must hire the best. So we went to Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta. And we made a presentation to the students and said, we want to hire at least 5 to 8 students from the institute and we'll pay the highest salary in the country. What was the highest salary? 2,000 rupees. Okay, but those are the days. तो साहब वहाँ हमने जाके पूरा बढ़िया presentation दिया. This is what we want to create. Microprocessors are coming. They are going to change the world. We want to be part of that revolution. Would you like to join us for that revolution? So presentation तो बहुत बढ़िया गई, बहुत question पूछे students ने. And at the end of the day, then the students started asking harder questions, like all of you. So उन्होंने बोला कि भाई आप तो बिल्कुल नए नए हो, how should we take the risk of joining you? So that is when we came up with this strategy. We said, sorry, we are not offering you a job. We are offering you an adventure. You want to do it? Come. 5 management school people joined us in 1976. And that really made HCL, because people are what create companies. The other interesting thing that happened was that we created a beautiful brochure for our first product. And we started training salespeople on how to sell a product which doesn't exist. ये तो किसी दुनिया में किसी ने किया ही नहीं था और आज भी नहीं किया किसी ने. हम बहुत audacious थे शुरू से. So we took a beautiful brochure. We taught all our salespeople how to sell a product without a product. So my co-founder Arjun Malhotra went to his alma mater, IIT Kharagpur, and he said, I'll get the first deal. So he within the next 4 weeks, he got the first order. And then we saw no end of orders. We went to every IIT, every institute, and said, अगर IIT Kharagpur खरीद सकता है तो आप भी खरीद सकते हो. तो सब लोग बोले कि भाई आपके पास तो प्रोडक्ट ही नहीं है. So हमने बोला देखिए भाई हम तो स्टूडेंट हैं आपके, हम तो नए नए इंजीनियर हैं, आप तो प्रोफेसर हो, you should encourage us. तो उस चक्कर में इसको बोलते हैं ट्रांजैक्शन एनालिसिस. ट्रांजैक्शन एनालिसिस में आप किसी को अपना बाप बना लीजिए, किसी को अपना प्रोफेसर बना लीजिए और उस ढंग से बात करिए. तो उस तरह की जो ट्रेनिंग हमने सेल्स लोगों को दी, our business took off. And I want to tell you, in next 10 years, we became India's largest computer company. So basically, it's a story of creating something out of nothing. It's a story of audaciousness. It's a story of imagination. And it's a story of huge amount of risk-taking. Because if we had got those orders from those IITs and we had not delivered before 31st of March next year, there would be no HCL. Because their financial year end was 31st March. They said, देखिए साहब आप order तो ले जा रहे हो, delivery ज़रूर करिएगा. तो इस तरह से कहानी चलती है. And then we started going global. We started going global in 1980. I went to start Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and then I started to sell into China. China was another amazing location. It was completely underdeveloped. And so when we went there, they were desperate for technology. And so we started to tell them what they could get. And there were many interesting stories about China that are there in my book. I will not repeat them. I'll leave it for you to read. But one of them is about this group of professors who wanted to buy the technology. And they said, साहब हम तो आपके कमरे में बैठ के बात करेंगे. तो हमारे कमरे तो क्या गंदा सा एक कमरा होता था, वो भी फ्रेंडशिप होटल था, रशियन टाइप. तो वहाँ हमने उनको बुला लिया. 3 लोग बैठ गए आके और हम लोग 2 इस तरफ बैठे थे. 4 लोग, सॉरी. तो after they came in, they started discussing with us. And as we were discussing, one of them got up, went away, came back. Second guy got up, went away, came back. Third guy got up, went away, came back. Fourth guy did the same. After that, when the meeting finished, I asked my colleague, जब ये लोग चले गए, मैंने पूछा ये लोग कर क्या रहे थे, कहाँ जा रहे थे. मुझे पता चला कि वो हमारा बाथरूम यूज कर रहे थे, नहा रहे थे. तो ये कहानियां हैं चाइना की. उन दिनों there was nothing called toilets in homes. So you had to go to a communal bath. And they never had a bath before in a room. Of course, after that, I had to really change my room. Because I didn't want to use those towels and soap and all of that. Can you imagine? Anyway, so those are the kind of stories and anecdotes I tell in my book. And then over the years, I met some great people and learned from them. And as I say in my book, if you stand on the shoulders of tall men, you can see very far. And that's really how I learned. I met Bill Gates. I met many, many people like that. Very interesting people. And then I met a very amazing guy I'll talk about slightly later. But then as we kept growing, we did some very major things. And we went for a IPO in year 2000. And how we got that IPO is told in the book. It's quite amazing. We created something called customer stock option as compared to what is called an employee stock option. What that basically means is you give stock of the company to employees the same way we gave stock to customers if they bought from us. Nobody has done it before. Nobody has done it till now. So these are the kind of innovations that make a company. Then Nokia invited me and said, we had started this big Nokia business. It was an 8,000 crore business that we had created out of nothing. Nobody knew what a phone was when we started in 1996. And we had to really sell the concept of a phone. So it starts from there. But here we are sitting in Beijing Olympics at the invitation of Nokia. And then suddenly my co-founder Shiv Nadar gets a phone call from India. So his face completely changes. I said, क्या हुआ Shiv? So बोले कि भाई, we were trying to buy a company in England for $800 million. And unfortunately, Infosys has bought that company. And Narayan Murthy has announced it to the press. So that's a done deal. So then I said, oh, okay. So I used to handle hardware, he used to handle software. So anyway, it had happened. But he said, okay, let me see what I can think of doing. Next day, we outbid Infosys and bought that company. And after that, Infosys could have outbid us also. They didn't have the gumption to do it. These are things which make a company. You know, you have to have that confidence. You have to have that gumption inside you. You have to have the risk-taking capability. After that, we never looked back. We bought 17 odd companies globally. And we were way behind Wipro, Infosys, TCS, everybody. We had only done hardware till now. Today we are third largest in the country. We are a $14 billion company with a market cap of 50 billion. So, you know, there are so many ways to grow. And our thinking was that we are not going to grow linearly. We need to grow exponentially. And that is what India should be doing. We have been growing linearly. We need to think exponentially. So that influence happened through a futurologist I had met. I had gone to Bill Gates' home. And it was very interesting times. Bill Gates' home is located on the Washington River. River or lake, I don't remember. And the Microsoft people put us on a boat. And it lands on the banks of his house, where there is a beach, artificial beach. तो हम लोग उस पे ship पे जा रहे थे. And on that ship, I spotted one guy standing in one corner. And he was looking a little lost. So मैंने कहा, let me go and say hello to him. That is what is called making connections for entrepreneurship. Very important. So I went there and said, hello, I am so-and-so. So he says, I am Ray Kurzweil. मैं तो घबरा गया क्योंकि रे कुर्जवेल को तो मैं पूजा करता था. Like he was one of my big idols. And who's Ray Kurzweil? Ray Kurzweil is one of the first people who explored artificial intelligence and did many, many things and created many things in the world initially. Okay? And he created the world's first scanner. So, Ray Kurzweil ko main jab mila to I was totally overwhelmed. So I told him, I said, sir, I have read your book, which is called Singularity is Near. And I totally believe what you are saying. So he says, great, I'm very happy that you read that. But read my next book. So I said, what is the next book? He says the next book is titled How to Live Forever. Amazing. And he did something very interesting. He gave me a pre-release copy of the book to read. And then we went to Bill Gates' home and many things happened. And I saw Bill Gates' home. All of that is written in my book and how amazing Bill Gates' home is. And then, of course, I kept following Ray Kurzweil for many, many years. And I continue to follow him. And what does he talk about? He's a futurologist. And he is predicting the future of technology. So what is this future that he talks about? First thing he says is that something called the Turing test will be passed by 2029. And what is the Turing test? Does anybody know Alan Turing? Anybody? Don't look up Google. Alan Turing was the most famous mathematician out of the UK. And he formed the basis of computing. So Alan Turing had predicted that someday computers will overtake the brain. And in history, it's written that this test, if it gets passed, it will be called the Turing test. It has not happened till now. We are talking about 40 years ago. And then Ray Kurzweil has predicted by 2029 it will happen. But Ray Kurzweil talks about another interesting future piece which we must learn about. He says singularity will happen by 2045. What is singularity? It's a physics concept connected to dark holes. And he then said that 2045 singularity will happen. What is singularity? Singularity is when computing will join the brain. Just imagine. You know what will happen to you? You can become super intelligent by doing nothing. Because all the intelligence of the brain of the computer will get connected to your brain. So imagine, it's like, if you look at these old computers, they used to have floppy drives and disk drives and all that. It's like taking a disk drive on which all the material is kept, data is kept. You're taking a floppy and uploading the software onto the disk. You can upload intelligence into your brain. That is what singularity will be. All right. So that is where the world is going. And that world will be an amazing world. Because a lot of things that are not possible can happen. And as he said in that book that he wrote, How to Live Forever, he talks about that you will have intelligence, you will have medicine capability, and you will have nanobots, nano-sized robots entering your bloodstream and fix every cell that is damaged. That means if you have cancerous cells, they'll get fixed. So if all the diseases will not happen to you, what will happen to you? You will live forever. So 30 साल बाद मैं तो होगा नहीं यहाँ, but आपके पास option होगा that you can live forever. Would you like to? अरे बाबा, आप तो बड़े हिम्मत वाले लोग हैं. Lot of people when I talk to, मेरे जबलपुर में एक presentation दे रहा था, वो तो सारे बोले मेरे को नहीं जाना इधर, क्योंकि तो बड़ी डरावनी चीज़ है कि I can live forever. But you look at हमारे जो वो होते थे गुरुज और उस तरह के लोग जो हिमालय में बैठते थे जाके, बहुत लोगों ने बताया है कि वो 200 साल जीते थे. तो ये पॉसिबल है. So anyway, this is where technology is going. And technology is going so fast that you cannot even imagine. And if you do not move at what is called exponential speed, you will never be able to catch it. Okay? So, Ray Kurzweil and Peter Diamandis, they've both written fantastic books, and I would definitely like you guys to read it after you've read my book, okay? First read my book. I'm a salesman, so I have to sell it to you. So, that they created something called the Singularity University, and they teach you how to grow exponentially. Think exponentially. Okay? So, that's what it's all about. How you can, change your future. And about 1.5 years ago, I was talking to some friends of mine, and we all got together and said, this country thinks only election to election. इस कंट्री में सारे प्लान्स 5 साल के लिए बनते हैं. उसमें भी काम 3 साल होता है, क्योंकि जो पहला साल होता है वो सेटल डाउन हो रहे होते हैं. 3 साल काम करते हैं, फिर इलेक्शन आ जाता है, फिर इलेक्शन में लग जाते हैं. तो यहाँ तो प्लानिंग होती नहीं लॉन्ग टर्म. सो व्हाट शुड वी डू? हाउ शुड वी चेंज द डायरेक्शन फॉर दिस कंट्री? I will be talking about it in my lecture in the morning tomorrow. But a little excerpt of that is that India needs to depend on science and technology to change India. Only science and technology can change India. A lot of you sitting out here, I come from an IT background. मैं एक भेड़ चाल देखता हूँ. Everybody wants to learn computing. सब लोग कंप्यूटर साइंस सिलेक्ट कर लेते हैं. वो कल के लिए ठीक था, आगे के लिए बहुत सारे अलग ऑप्शंस हैं, जिसमें कोर इंजीनियरिंग और फिजिक्स एंड मैथ्स की जरूरत है. अगर आपको फिजिक्स एंड मैथ्स नहीं आता तो आपका फ्यूचर बड़ा डार्क है. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट सोचते हैं कि ये फिजिक्स मुझे क्यों पढ़ाई जा रही है इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में. एंड आई एम श्योर अ लॉट ऑफ यू मस्ट हैव आस्क्ड, राइट? सो फिजिक्स इज द हार्ट ऑफ एवरीथिंग. I today run the quantum mission of India. Quantum is going to be a kind of computer which is based on science. It's based on quantum mechanics. It's based on maths and physics. And it can do things that no other computer can do. But it is still to be developed. A lot of development is taking place, and I am actually helming that operation in the country. It's a 6,000 crore project, and you'll be surprised, there are 100 startups that are working on creating quantum products already. So this country has a lot of great entrepreneurs who are willing to take a risk in completely new technology. And this is about science. It is not about technology. So I believe that India has to very strongly create a science and technology culture. We need to do R&D in this India, which we run away from doing. हम जाके चीन से एक प्रोडक्ट खरीद के लाते हैं, उसके ऊपर हैवल्स का लोगो लगाते हैं और बेच देते हैं. हम तो ट्रेडर्स हैं, कोई वैल्यू एडिशन नहीं करना चाहते. टेक द इजी रूट आउट. हे गाइस, इफ यू टेक द इजी वे आउट, इंडिया कैन नॉट गो एनीवेयर. टेक द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट रूट. Do science and technology, do R&D, and you will see results which you have never ever seen before. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Sir, my question is, sir,
अपना नाम बताइए पहले.
sir, I am Rohit Upadhyay. Sir, my question is, what why the principle are used in your company and your life?
What are the?
Principle are used in your company and your life.
ये मेरे को थोड़ा सुनाइए.
What kind of?
Principles.
What kind of?
All right. Okay. So the most important principle is about solid commitment to the country. So in my life and in my company, we used to have a slogan, which was called. What was it called? Think. Pride, passion, performance. So we always felt that if you had the pride in your company, if you have the passion, and the vice chancellor also talked about it, and then performance automatically happens. So these two things really make you actually perform as a person. And I've followed that very strongly.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Rahul Valecha, and I want to ask you, when you went to your mother to ask some amount, so your mother said, I have some money, 11,000 rupees. Then you collect that money, and your amount was 1.86 lakh. But you used to sell calculators to manage funds to start your company, your dream company, SCL. So I want to know more about that story. Like, you used to sell calculators, then you collect those amount to start HCL Corporation.
वो आपको किताब पढ़नी पड़ेगी. बिना किताब पढ़े आपको वो स्टोरी नहीं मिल सकती. मैं फ्री में नहीं दूंगा. ओके, 300-400 रुपए की किताब है, खरीद लीजिए. उसमें पूरी स्टोरी दी हुई है. मैं कैसे जाके I used to travel to sugar mills on buses and on the way back on a truck. And that's how you make your life.
माँ से लेकिन पैसे आज ही मांग सकते हो तुम.
जैसे दीवार में बोला था ना, मेरे पास तो माँ है.
मेरे पास
वो भी आपके पास है, फिर तो आप सक्सेस ही है. आप तो कहीं सक्सेस ही मिलेगी आपको.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, raise your hand and ask the question.
Hello, sir. My name is Rashmi Mandhan, and I want to ask what qualities do you see while selecting your leadership team or sales team or whatever team?
Okay, excellent question. In the book, I have a chapter on salesmanship. And why do I give it so much importance? I tell every startup CEO, first thing you must learn is how to sell. If you don't know how to sell, I'm sorry, you'll never be successful. And lot of people think that salesmen are born. Galat hai. Everything can be taught and learnt. So you can easily learn salesmanship by reading or watching videos. There are enough available. And there are training programs also available. So when we used to hire people, we used to look for one major quality. And that was need for achievement. So there are three needs that a person has: need for achievement, need for power, and need for affiliation. This is based on a concept which is created in Harvard University called the McClellan's theory. So we used to use this theory to select people. And we only selected those in the sales and leadership positions who had the highest need for achievement. So how did we find that out? We would give a picture to them and say, "Ye photo lijiye and tell me, write a story on this photo." So the person sits and write that story. And we get them 3-4 pictures and they write 3-4 stories. After that, we take the story back and we see the words in the story. Based on those words, we knew whether the person was need for achievement person, need for power person, और नीड फॉर एफिलिएशन. जो नीड फॉर पावर के लोग होते हैं ना, वो जाके अपने कस्टमर को ओवरवेल्म कर देते हैं. वो बोलते हैं मेरे को आपसे ज़्यादा पता है, ठीक है, तो उससे तो आपकी बिजनेस होने नहीं वाली. दूसरे जो लोग होते हैं वो खूब दोस्ती कर लेते हैं कस्टमर के साथ, उसको बोलते हैं नीड फॉर एफिलिएशन. पास ले आते हैं पर धंधा नहीं लाते. जो नीड फॉर अचीवमेंट लोग होते हैं ना, वो जाके प्रॉपर क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं, प्रॉपर सेलिंग करते हैं और बिजनेस लेके आते हैं. Who creates the business in any company is the salesperson. If you don't have sales, there's no company.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Sadaf Ali, MBA, ITM GOI. First of all, it's my privilege to be in front of you and listening your story and to get aspire. As you said, when singularity happen, the world will become an amazing place. Here my question is, if computers will take over the human brain, isn't it become dangerous for humanity?
Of course, naturally. This is what everybody is talking about, AI. Correct? But AI is just a beginning. When singularity happens, that will be an amazing world. Don't think of it negatively. Think of it as positively. Think of how many things you can do which you could not do. So the intelligence in you will be multifold. So I would strongly suggest that you read Ray Kurzweil's latest book. It's just been released 2 months ago. It's called Singularity is Nearer with AI. Okay? And that will tell you the whole story. So
Thank you, sir.
don't be worried.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Deepak Kushwaha, and I'm a first-year MBA student in ITM GUID. So my question is kind of mix about the personal life and this corporate thing. I'm generally new to this learning in MBA about this corporate whole thing. So my question, I am always being in a dilemma of like, is the background really matters? Like in one of in speech, you mentioned your father was an IAS. And if I tell you the yesterday's story, I was scrolling through the Twitter and Dipinder Goyal, founder of Zomato, has posted a post that if you have a 20 lakh, you can be my chief of staff founder, can be like in this position. So like he was asking for a 20 lakh in the starting position, why I can't like apply for that? Like it's just an example. So what do you think that is that background really matters? I will inspired by you today, but you mentioned that your father was an IAS. So like how will you convince me on today that? Thank you so much.
You're absolutely right. Background does not matter. What you've studied does not matter. What you have learned is what matters. It's all about learning. Today, learning, self-learning, is the biggest thing that is available to you, which wasn't available to me then. I had to go to school to learn. I had to go to college to learn. Today, you can come to college to learn in a very different way. Why do you come to college or an institute? You come to learn from your teacher. You also come to learn from your students around you. This is called peer learning. Peer learning is considered the most important thing in Harvard University. And if you sit and talk to your friends in your class, you learn a lot. The third area is that today there is not a single great lecture that's not available online. You have MIT lectures, you have lectures from IIT professors, you have lectures of everybody. So instead of spending that 5 seconds and 6 seconds on TikTok, I would strongly recommend spend half an hour or 1 hour on learning something new.
Hello, sir. Very much honored to get a chance to talk to you. My name is Muskan Gupta, and my question is, what is that one moment of your life that you can consider as the life-changing experience of yours which had led to your success?
Well, actually, the most life-changing experience of my life was when I got my first job. Because I was being interviewed by two of the people who then became my co-founders. So if they had not selected me, I would never have gotten wherever I was. But they condescended to select me. So many years later I said कि भाई आपने मुझको क्यों select किया था? तो उन्होंने बताया कि आप में नीड फॉर अचीवमेंट बहुत हाई था, इसलिए आपको सेलेक्ट किया. कि मैं एक इंट्रोवर्ट था, तो बहुत सारे लोग सोचते थे कि इंट्रोवर्ट्स को तो नौकरी बड़ी मुश्किल से मिलती है. बट आई कैन टेल यू वन थिंग, अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल थिंक दैट इंट्रोवर्ट्स कैन नॉट बी ग्रेट सेल्स पीपल. ऑल्सो रॉन्ग. एक्चुअली इंट्रोवर्ट्स थिंक अ लॉट मोर, spend a lot of time listening, and therefore they are very successful. Thank you.
Due to paucity of time, can we please have the one last question?
A very good afternoon, sir. My name is Divyansh Agarwal. सर ऐसे आपने लास्ट में बताया था कि इंडिया की
एक चीज आपको मैं बताना चाहता हूँ
जी सर
कि 7 विकेट गिर गए हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया के. खुश रहिए.
ओके सर, वी आर ऑल हैप्पी. सर मैं आपके जैसे लास्ट में बताया था कि कंपनी जो ऐसे हैवेल से ट्रेडमार्क करती है, चाइना से प्रोडक्ट्स ले लेती है, उस पर अपने सील लगा के सेल कर देती है. तो उसके पीछे सर एक रीज़न ये भी है कि सर चाइना में जो प्रोडक्ट्स की कॉस्टिंग आती है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा रिड्यूस रहती है. ऐसे सर LED बल्ब्स का ले लें तो 15 रुपीज़ की कॉस्टिंग आती है इसकी चिप्स की, जो कि मार्केट में रिटेल में 80-100 रुपये का बिकता है. ऐसे विप्रो ने सर ट्राई करा था, R&D पे उसने रिसर्च करी और खुद का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बल्ब बनाया. उसकी कॉस्टिंग 250 रुपीज़ की आई. तो सर आपको क्या लगता है कि कस्टमर जो चीज़ 100 रुपये की मिल रही है वो चीज़ 250 की खरीदेगा?
बहुत बढ़िया क्वेश्चन पूछा है आपने. यही तो मैं सिखाना चाहता हूँ लोगों को, क्योंकि सबका ख्याल यही है कि जाके चाइना से खरीदो, सबसे सस्ता मिलेगा, उस पे लोगो लगाओ और बेच दो.
फॉर मेकिंग मनी.
और डोंट गो द हार्ड वे. डोंट ट्राई एंड क्रिएट द प्रोडक्ट. डू नॉट डू R&D. ये सब टाइम वेस्ट है. बट आपको जो पूरी कहानी जब मैं बताऊंगा चाइना की, वो ये है कि वो आपको लैंड फ्री दे देते हैं. वो आपको 3 साल का लोन दे देते हैं. वो आपको इंडिया में बेचने के लिए बोलते हैं आप एयरटेल को बेच रहे हो, उनको 1 साल का क्रेडिट दे दो. ये सब इंडिया में हो ही नहीं सकता.
टैक्स बेनिफिट्स.
ये टैक्स बेनिफिट नहीं है. ये सारे these are all subsidies that the Chinese government gives. But this subsidy is not something that can last forever. If you look at what is happening in China, the amount of houses that are empty is phenomenal, because they're unable to sell. They made many more than what was required. So this is the model that China has followed. But something interesting is happening now. Trump ने बोल दिया है कि आप अगर चाइनीज प्रोडक्ट हो तो मैं तो आपको 60% ड्यूटी लगा दूंगा. अब क्या करेगा चाइना? अब उनको समझ आएगा कि कैसे आगे बढ़ना। इंडिया के ऊपर 20% की ड्यूटी लगाएंगे। तो अगर आप इंडिया में प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं और अमेरिका में बेचते हैं, आपको 40% का फायदा होगा। आप तो चाइना को आराम से बीट कर देंगे। हियर इज अ सोल्यूशन।
थैंक यू सर।